Yeah, we watched it last time, so I'm not gonna rewatch it.
Unaware that they are merely a thin veneer of desperate self-delusion, covering a vast cosmos of madness.
Oh boy, it feels weird to come back to this game. It's not even...
Often the stars are
Okay, it's been 2 weeks, that's why. Like, I've played like a dozen games in between that time, so like I've forgotten like how this game actually controls.
on the occasion.
Alright, we
The
get attacked by a
darkness
dark
surged
presence.
towards me, sucking everything loose from the ground into its depths, tugging at my clothes. I saw the flare the kidnapper had dropped and threw myself towards it just as I felt my feet leave the ground. The darkness embraced me with the force of a tornado. Somehow I managed to light the flare. The darkness roared and cast me away. I fell toward the dark waters of the lake far below.
So what's fun is I don't remember if this has already happened. Like, this might be from the last time we played, or that might be what's about to happen. I think it's what's about to happen. Ow. What the fuck happened there? I got attacked by the floor. Yeah, jeez, Alan. Fucking dirt. What do you do for a living? Oh, you write? He's a writer, everyone. Oh, run! Nope. Okay, keep going. I should be using a flare. Oh, I'm stuck on physics objects. Okay, that was pretty silly. Oh, nope. It's a decent boss fight, but yeah, I got really turned around there. I should use the big guns right out the gate. There's also a box over to the northeast where I can get some supplies out of. Alright, let's get that supply box. Oh, fuck. No. Alright, flare. Get them to back off. Alright, I don't have anything like that. I was hoping for another flare shot, but you take what you can get. Got it, okay. Let's focus on the smaller enemies. So, like, it doesn't damage them, but, like, gunshots at least push them back when they've got their darkness shield. Or at least the shotgun does. Okay, that freaked me out. You can still see his shadow, and I thought it was another enemy that I had missed. No wonder I didn't seem to get much out of that box. I'd failed to pick half of it up. Oh, this is another fucking flare shot. Batteries, flares, revolver. Okay, no, I'm fine. And I just tossed a flare on the floor for no reason. Because I recently played a game where the R1 button is to reload. You ever beat a boss fight and then think, I didn't deserve to win that? I am a mess. I don't know what I'm doing. Alan, are you sure you didn't write yourself to be a Mary Sue in this story? Because you seem to be bumbling your way to success. Alright, is this another car to ride? Yes, it is. Yeah, exactly.
I had never been this glad to see the sunrise. I had a couple of hours to get to the coal mine.
A couple of hours. What the
The coal
fuck are you
mine
talking
wasn't
about,
far
Alan?
now.
If it's sunrise, you've got all day. Oh wait, no, because he has a deadline. Sorry, I'm mistaken. The killer set a specific deadline.
Today, I would meet the kidnapper, and he would give me Alice. I wouldn't give him any other choice. A drowning man will clutch at a straw.
I am curious. What if I just don't drive that way?
Little by little, without realizing it, I'd come to believe that the story in the manuscript was coming true. The current of its narrative
Oh,
had
no.
taken me deeper and deeper into dark waters.
Alan, how the fuck did you get over that bridge the
Today,
first
I would
time?
meet the kidnapper, and he would give me Alice. I wouldn't give him any other choice. A drowning man will clutch at a straw.
What the fuck?
Little by little, without realizing it, I'd come to believe that the story in the manuscript was coming true. The current of its narrative had taken me deeper and deeper into dark waters.
And this
Alice
is
had
a
been
big
taken from
area.
me. Barry was probably in jail.
Allegedly.
I was a fugitive from
There's
Camp
actually a lot of
Illinois.
broken bridges.
The
It's
whole
not that
world
big.
taken over by the dark presence was trying to destroy me. It all felt real, but it matched a textbook case of insanity.
Ow. Oh man, this does not handle well. Alright, well, since I've got daylight, I might as well fish for supplies. And what more supply is more important than some good radio?
This is Pat Main, and you're listening to KBF FM. Folks, I want to apologize for kind of abandoning you to that looping music track last night, but I was detained. You see, I encountered a big shot G-man with an itchy trigger finger who could use a lesson in manners and a boot in the ass. Not necessarily in that order either. Now, folks, I know I'm not being very informative here, and I apologize for that. I really should just keep quiet, but I'm just so peeved right now, because some people just shouldn't be carrying badges. I'm just glad that our Sheriff Breaker was there to straighten things out. And if someone I met last night is listening,
Yeah,
let
Dash?
me just say, I'm sorry if my mouth got you in trouble. I'm pretty sure you're not the bad guy here. Godspeed, son. I hope you know what you're doing. Now, on a lighter note, I'll be talking to Dr. Nelson all morning. But first, a little music.
Oh wait, no, run! Copyrighted music. So all the, half the episodes for Alan Wake have been flagged, by the way. There's a lot of copyrighted music in this game. You can see why this would not be a popular streamer's title, because, like, Jesus Christ, you would not be able to monetize any of that shit. Well, I suppose you could, like, edit over it with, like, the kazoo version. Oh, so the song does change at the end of each chapter. It's not always the same song. We discussed that last time, and the reason I know is because when the episode did get flagged for copyright, it was only on one episode, not the other.
Welcome back to KBF FM. Hope you enjoyed that tune. Now, Doc, you were talking about life and finding that special someone, that soulmate.
Well, you were talking about that. I was saying I don't buy it.
Well, see, to me that's strange because I always pegged you as a hopeless romantic.
You got me there, Pat. But I think love's where you look for it. And you need to do a lot of the idea that there's that one special person out there for you, and if you miss that chance, it's gone forever, and you're forever incomplete. I mean, isn't that depressing? Or, heck, childish even? There's plenty of fish in the sea.
And apparently a fisherman has a fishing analogy for everything, but what you're saying, isn't that a little harsh?
Well, no. What I am saying is that your potential for finding that connection isn't limited to what's essentially a chance encounter. How is that harsh?
Yeah, well, I guess that's a nice thought, but let me say something personal here.
Okay.
Now, well, I don't disagree with you exactly, but I can't really fit that together with what I feel, what I felt for someone, because she was the one. She was. And I let her drift away from me. Maybe I didn't put in the work, I don't know, but, well, since then, and it was a long time ago, but since then, there hasn't been anyone, not like her. And I'm not saying I dwell on her or haven't moved on. I like my life. I'm not living in the past, but I do miss the way she completely...
Yeah, it's pretty empty. You'd expect, like, some supplies.
I'm sorry.
But I guess this is a non-combat section, so they don't feel a need to give you anything.
It's shaking a few things loose.
Wait. Nash, I think I've realized the problem. There's no door. I'm pretty sure there should be a door. Is this thing unfinished? This looks like it might be like a new ranger station that hasn't been completed yet. It's a good question. Like, it wouldn't be for the construction crew. I don't know. It's weird. But, like, it looks like there's no panes of glass, and there's no door, so it would be completely useless the moment it gets dark. Alright, is there anything in here? It's pretty dark. Am I gonna get jumped by something? Probably not. But I'll settle for a manuscript page. You got a manuscript page for me? I swear to God if there's a fucking thermos in here. That's what's missing. Dash. The ranger station doesn't have any thermoses.
For Mott, spying on the writer on the ferry had been a disappointment. His boss had made Wake out to be something special, but Mott hadn't been impressed. He'd gotten a good long look at the wife, though, and he liked what he saw. Mott had fantasized about goading Wake into a fight, but it hadn't happened. Still, he'd get his chance to see if the writer...
Oh, so he was spying on us even when before we got into town. So him and his boss fully expected that Alan might be of interest to the Dark Presence.
I was early. I was supposed to meet the kidnapper at noon in the main building. The coal mine was quiet. It was a museum now.
Yeah, because the kidnapper was on the ferry when we were on our way in, along with the radio host. So that wasn't just a coincidence, like he had actually been spying on us. Alright, I see another manuscript page. There's nothing over here on the left. Doesn't seem like it. Oh, here we go. While there have been some earlier residents in the area, the true genesis of the town of Bright Falls came with the founding of the Bright Falls Mining Company and the opening of the coal mine. Although the work was hard and dangerous, many immigrants, Germans, Poles, Italians, Finns, and Swedes, among others, worked the mines. There's the fucking thermos. Ah, 30-year-old coffee, my favorite. While lucrative at first, the mine steadily declined in the 20th century. The seams were rich but hard to get at. The volcanic activity in the area made the mine shafts particularly dangerous.
With Nightingale gone and the night wind blowing in through the broken studio window, Maine stared at Sarah. The sheriff looked away. Maine's voice shook with barely controlled anger. That boy's doing more drinking than thinking. I hope you know what you're doing, Sarah. He's got a sickness in his eyes. You take my word for it. He wants Wake for a reason, and it's not for anything good.
Yeah, I think in Twin Peaks, it was a logging company. That was like the genesis of the town that ended up failing later in life. In the 1970s, a volcanic eruption below Cauldron Lake, while relatively minor, caused most of the deep mining tunnels to collapse or flood. 32 miners lost their lives in the calamity, and all mining around Bright Falls came to a final stop. Now, many of the remaining buildings are protected as historical landmarks. So, something I should mention. I said it was weird that, like, we're able to kill so many Taken, but, like, so few disappearances have been reported. And I suspect it's because many of them are either shadows of previous victims.
I didn't want to go outside.
Or they're people who were just created
Cops had to
whole
be
cloth
looking
out
for
of
me.
darkness by Alan.
The news
Like, they're
sound
not
turned
all
the place
actual
into a sauna.
residents like Stucky.
The day dragged on. Different scenarios ran through my mind. Ways of how I'd torture the kidnapper to get Alice back. Or the different horrible things he could have done to her. I imagined her dead. I had no way of knowing she was still alive. It was killing me. I was running on blind hope. It was all a waste of
Wasn't the
time.
guy supposed to be here by
The
noon?
bastard never showed up.
Wake,
Where the hell are you?
change of plans. You know where Mirror Peak is? It's a big mountain north of where you are. You follow the path from the mine, you can't miss it. There's a lookout point there. I'll be waiting.
I'm through being jerked
You
around by
want to
you.
see your wife alive? Because if you do, you better watch what you say to me. Do we understand each other?
I want to talk to Alice.
Yeah, and I want the manuscript. Don't keep me waiting, Wake.
Hello? Hello? Ah! I'm gonna kill him.
Alright, now I have to figure out how to get
I
out of
had
here.
to get to Mirror Peak.
How did I get in this room? There doesn't seem to be an entrance. Oh.
It was close. Maybe closer than ever before.
There was an entrance. I think it might be blocked now. Okay, so... how do I get out of here? Over here, maybe? I am missing something. Yeah, that's locked. Okay, maybe jumping over here. There we go. Yeah, they probably should not have put the chain there. That really makes it... in my mind, a simple chain hanging like that is just an impassable barrier. That's what video games have taught me to expect. Alright. We're all stocked up. Oh, a red door. Could we be heading down into some kind of red room? I'm sorry.
When Thomas Zane fell for Barbara Jagger, it happened fast. She was young, vibrant, and beautiful, full of life. He had never been a very happy man, and without any seeming effort, she had changed all that. Zane felt good for the first time in his life. Everything she did was another piece of a jigsaw puzzle he hadn't even known he'd been missing. And best of all, she made the words flow, strong and sharp. She was his muse.
I don't remember very vividly. I think Barbara Yeager was a real person. Like, before the Dark Presence. I think it's just using her likeness now. But I'm not 100% sure. Oh, here we go. I see them. some reason my dodge button doesn't seem to work sometimes. And I can't help tell if it's like I'm low on stamina or something. Like there, that worked. Alright, let's try that again. Okay, I'm gonna back off. There we go, there's the dodge working. Yeah, there's definitely no invincibility frames. Sure, yeah. They are real people. Okay. I know at least some of them are. Oh, okay. There's tons of funerals. Because, like, there is, like, a big moment later in the game where, like, a lot of people are getting hurt and attacked by the Taken. So I wasn't sure if that was, like, all the people who've gone missing or what. Yeah. The reason it was even a question is because I was reading through the wiki, and it was talking about how, like, the number of Taken is, like, absurd. There's, like, Alan kills, like, maybe 500 people over the course of this game. Alright, we've got some flashbangs. I forgot those were a thing. Yeah, I know. I'm just talking about from a logistics standpoint. Because, like, the crows, I'm pretty sure, are not real birds. They're just darkness formed into birds. Okay, oh, it's a hatch. Alright, can I... I could have thrown a flashbang down there, but yeah, I don't want to waste it. Let's put the flare back on. I should be using those more liberally. I have a lot of them, and they keep me safe when there's a lot of enemies.
What the hell?
Oh, that's the Darkness Tornado.
The only way to reach the hillside ahead was to go through the building. I had to find a way to avoid electrocution.
Alright, so we just gotta follow the cables and take it out. Let's use the car. There's a lot more driving in this game than I remember. For some reason, I thought that was a mechanic that only came into it near the end of the game. Gotchas. Alright, who's left? Man, you can do some insane drifting. Gotchas. Alright, there we go. Alright, if I ever find myself in the bad spot, just locate a car. There's probably going to be more coming out now that I've cleared the way. I have 2 flare shots. We'll take the car just to be safe. Whoa, okay. That's not what I expected. Could you imagine if there was a swap battery button for the car? Okay, no, I'm down. Alright, I think that's all of them. Yeah, it figures the car would get totaled after a while. There was no way it was going to be invincible. Okay, I've put myself in an awkward spot. Let's jump on the fence here and then jump across. Climbing in this game is not great. It's very finicky. Oh, what was it? What's coming at us? Another big guy? He was a big guy, but I forgot to reload. There we are. Now they're nothing more than a shadow on the wall. Alright, see explosives. So I'll be prepared to... Oh, retreat. Alright. Trust no one in the dark. You know, more rather than that, how about you just tell me which way to go? Because how the fuck? Ironically, this flashlight not very good for actually navigating a dark room. There we go. When I get a chance during the next cutscene, I'm going to turn out the light in this room, because, my room, I should say. Oh, hey, look. Well, I asked and I received.
Some of the Taken retained echoes of their former selves, but these were just the nerve twitches of a dead thing. Nothing remained but a shell covered and filled with darkness. In most cases, these puppets were enough for the purposes of the Dark Presence. But for anything more elaborate, as with the writer, it was different. It needed his mind. And so rather than taking him over completely, it merely touched him.
Touched him, you say? Go on. Alright. You know, why am I trying to climb through the window when I can just use the door? There we go. I wasn't seeing the prompt at first to open it. You know what, this, if you listen for a second, this sounds a lot like the Max Payne soundtrack. Like the main theme specifically. That's fair.
There was no way the flashbang grenades were Standard Power Company equipment.
Yeah, can't use that. Man, it's so strange that there's military-grade hardware just lying around in the mining company. Is there anything up here for me? No. How did that even get into that position? It looks like it's something I'm supposed to be able to climb into, but maybe from, like, the top of the cliff. I'm not going to worry about it. Oh, shit. Ow. Okay. Flashbang. Yeah, I guess I'm just pressing the button way too late. There we go. Alright,
I stared through the bars of the jail cell. Barry stood behind me, swaying on his feet, looking as ill as I felt. Agent Nightingale stood on the other side of the bars with Sheriff Breaker. Nightingale had a stack of manuscript pages in his hand. He seemed unhinged as he gloated. Well, I've got you now, Raymond Chandler. It's all here. All the evidence, including conspiracy to murder a federal agent.
What was Raymond Chandler? I'm not familiar with that one. What classic work did he do? Alright, I see a light. Well, there's a thermos up here. And a mine shaft. Oh, bit of platforming here. So I'm not sure where I should be going, because I could go over there, or I can go into the mine shaft. Let's try the mine shaft. There's a good chance that's a dead end. Yeah, I've never heard the name before. Oh, it's a supply cache. Flare guns, perfect. Oh, of course. Oh, they were nice while they lasted. At least I managed to retain one. The Big Sleep. Yeah, it doesn't ring a bell. As an insomniac, I wouldn't know anything about that.
I had no real plan. I was going to give the kidnapper all the manuscript pages I had for Alice. If that wasn't enough, I'd hold him at gunpoint and make him talk.
Ooh. New shotgun. That's close enough to me. Hey, Ashley. We're just working our way through Alan Wake. We're a couple chapters in. I'm still forgetting how to use the dodge button, but I'll get the timing down eventually. Alright, now was there actually anything over here for me? Besides an enemy encounter. Ah, behind me. Well, the shotgun's definitely better than my old one. I wonder if there's like a damage. Thank you. It's just a simple PNG tuber. Just this. Well, it's an old horror game called Alan Wake from like the 2010s. The sequel came out not that long ago, so I'm working through the first game. Pretty much anything really. It's mostly stuff that takes my interest. So, a lot of stealth games, like, I've been working through the Metal Gear series, a lot of VR titles. I recently, did a couple group streams with, some friends of mine, played, like, multiplayer, but I don't do that very often. It's mostly single player. Stick to the revolver for this. You know what? No, let's get the flare gun out. Lure them in. No, I forgot to reload it. Okay, I don't know if you guys can hear that. I just got a really loud notification from the store page about the achievement. Yeah. Was that even visible on screen? Like, I know you heard the sound, but I don't know if there was any visual. Okay, yeah. I could see it. Whoa. Alright, let's try a flashbang on these guys. Yeah, I like this game a lot. We're currently fighting against a dark presence, which has forced our main character to essentially write into existence a horror story. Alright, some flare gun ammo. Alright, well, looks like we got some supplies. Now the question is where to actually go. I assume it's towards that light source. I've been streaming for like God, it's been 6 years. I've been streaming for 6 years. I only started doing the VTuber thing this year. I was using a webcam before that. I don't know, I think I got self-conscious when someone referred to me as a flesh tuber. I'm like, after that, I'm like, okay, maybe I need to try different tact. There we go. Use the light to heal up. I am keeping up the grind. It's a very slow grind, but hey, it's a grind.
Settled itself in the pit of my stomach. Was it going for Alice?
I do, yes. I don't know if it's,
Graveyard shift may cause cancer.
I don't know if it's, mentioned on my Twitch page, but, yes, all these get re-uploaded to YouTube. It's, the channel's called Ray's Archive.
The graveyard shift may cause cancer.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been slow going for many years, but like recently it started to pick up steam, so we're actually getting a couple viewers here and there. Oh, this is a teleporter. He's moving around pretty fast. I can hit him with the flare gun. If I can get him to come close to me. Got him. Alright, let's reload all the weapons so I don't get caught out again. Yeah, that is the channel. Social media-wise, not really. There is a Discord I'm in, but like it's just one that existed for other purposes, and like I have a lot of friends there. I don't have like a Discord for my Twitch. Alright, so we've got our supplies out there, and we're fully healed. So let's head around this bank. So easy to get lost in this place because every area looks the same. It's all dense forest.
The place was dead, a ghost town. Had been for decades, maybe a century.
Poltergeist? Yep. Yeah, some objects can get possessed like that, so you've just got to blast them with light in order till they are destroyed.
Things were never as simple in real life as in fiction. I had lost count of the times I had wished there'd be a clear reason for my writer's block. Something to fight, something to lash out on. There wasn't. I was filled with doubt. I was nothing like the hero in my books. Alex Casey had gone through his life with single-minded determination, never wavering from his goal. Even now, I was angry at myself, angry at Alice, angry at Barry. I was fumbling and I had no plan.
I always get nervous anytime I have to jump over a gap in this game. It's not a great jump. It does its job, but it ain't no Mario spin. Alright, full up on batteries. Looks like we're dealing with a lot of poltergeists. I should get some flares. Thankfully, because they're just physics objects, they very easily bounce off or collide with other terrain. So as long as I stick close to these columns, I should be fine. Get behind the tree. No, I keep trying to use the flare, but I'm actually out of them. That's why I keep using flashbangs. So it's something that never made a lot of sense to me, Dash. It's just kind of a weird quirk of this game. When you use batteries, it doesn't fully refill your torch. Like, I'm always expecting it to last a lot longer than it does after a recharge, because it's only giving me back, like, 30%. So apparently all these... That is a fair point, actually. He could be just swapping out the battery at the back. But then again, it never made a whole lot of actual sense that he can just focus and drain the battery so instantly. So I'm definitely just overthinking it.
Anything outside of riding is a struggle. I feel ill. I managed to make my way downstairs. There's a shoebox filled with books and papers by Thomas Zane. It's very hard to focus, but I managed to read some of it. He's a poet, and a good one. He writes of muses and creators summoning fabulous things from a magic lake, using his powers to shape the world of a realm of gods and dreams and demons, dark things that wait for a chance to slip through, wearing the flesh of men as disguise. Zane writes about himself, his girlfriend being taken over by a dark presence, about growing scared of the lake. Zane believes it's a mirror to the gaping void of darkness above, where some Lovecraftian presence lurks. I crawl back upstairs. I'll borrow these things for my story. They ring true. They fit.
And that's how Zian gets worked into the story. And where things get really confusing on the lore, because it's like, did Zian engineer Alan's involvement, or did Alan engineer Zian's involvement? And it seems to be a bit of both. Yeah, I'll take the shotgun, just to... Sorry, I'll take the rifle just to mix things up. Although I really like the pump-action shotgun. One thing that I saw mentioned on the wiki when I was trying to refresh my memory and stuff is it's considered very likely that Barbara Yeager herself is the Tornado. Like, the Taken are all over the place, ready to ambush you, but when you see the Tornado, that's the big bad herself.
The kidnapper had sent me a text. The message was full of spelling errors and insults. It was telling me to hurry up.
Ah, there we go. Alright, we've got plenty of flare gun ammo. 6, 18, 11. Yeah, we're good.
Birds.
I'm debating whether to use a flare. I'll move further along until they attack me. Because right now they're barely out of reach of my light. So this is the place where, like, a lot of miners died back during the Dark Presence's last outing, when it caused the eruption in the 70s. Tunnels to Cauldron Lake.
Without warning, the headache stabbed at my brain.
Oh, that was weird. That animation didn't look right.
Alice?
Alice!
I'm losing it. I gotta get out. The hunters were big, thick-set men, confident and at home in the woods. They were feeling good, running on beer, ghost stories, and camaraderie late into the night. It did them no good, as they were taken by the Dark Presence, sucked deep into a darkness far worse than any ghost story they ever told or heard. Here.
Yeah, so that's some examples of what we were talking about, Dash, where there's... The whole time that we're not fighting them, like, the darkness is just... It is increasing the ranks of its army, just grabbing random people that are isolated in the town. And there's not really much you can do about it. Like, okay, I now understand the Lamp Lady a lot better. Like, she won't ever be in darkness ever. And that's fair when, like, the villain can just appear in any dark corner. With no respect for locks or distance, they can just materialize. Yeah. You could probably make the argument that, like, canon-wise, he probably kills a lot less people.
Even behind the closed doors and curtains of his grimy room at the Majestic, the local motel, Nightingale could feel the locals' eyes on him, the unrelenting pressure of their judgment. He forced it out of his mind. For all he knew, they could all be under Wake's spell already. You do what you have to do to get the job done. He took comfort from the bottle in his hand. Please, he thought, just let me get through this.
So, like, in Nightingale's, like, mind, like, he really thinks he's the hero here. He might not be a very good one, but, like, he genuinely believes that Alan is... Well, he's not even wrong. Alan is the cause of all this, just not directly. Oh, a big guy. Hello. Goodbye. Ah, damn. Yeah, I should have said goodnight. That's fine, it's good enough.
have to make my way up this mine shaft in order to go on. Maybe the machinery could help me
Just
with
said it
that.
in there. I did that once for the RoboCop short. The line "Take a seat, dirtbag." That was put in post because like I had nothing clever to see at the time. That was the one where like I killed a guy by tossing a chair at him at 100 miles an hour. Alright, and this, nothing over here, but I can control this again. There we go. That's the final stretch. You know something I noticed? 1 second. Oh. Is that a shortcut ladder, or... Oh, it's so that I can adjust the thing again. Alright, that makes sense. But, something I noticed. He puts the gun away, but not the flashlight. He's somehow able to climb with that. Okay. Yeah, put that there so it's not too high and I can jump across. You know what? I want to test something. Let's put the rifle. Yeah, no matter what gun it is, he'll put it away. But he not the flashlight. Yeah, there's a path up and a path down. That looks like progress. Let's take a look at the stairs first. Something's weird happening here. Like, he keeps getting stuck on the stairs when I sprint into them. It's like he's hitting it at just a very specific odd angle, and that like treats it as a wall rather than a staircase. I watched an entire 12-minute video about game development, specifically about how to actually design stairs, because it's way more complicated than you would think. And their solution was like, it's slanted, but it teleports you. So your character model is actually teleporting up by about 5 inches every time you touch the next step. And then you just, like, work in the animation blending to make that look smooth.
Lightning flashed behind the windows of Cauldron Lake Lodge. Tor Anderson laughed and held the steel hammer above his head. Nurse Sinclair was trying to calm him down without success. Tor grinned madly and shouted, "My hammer's up. Here's a friendly poke from Molnir, wench." He brought the hammer down with all his might on Sinclair's head. "We're on a comeback tour, baby."
Oh, that's the, yeah, the Anderson brothers. Of course. I forgot that they're named Thor and Odin. Which is weird, because they're brothers, but they went with the names of father and son. Like, I'm shocked one of them isn't called Loki, considering how much they hate each other.